Well, hello there. Buenas noches and dobre večer, and hope you're doing well. Good evening. This is Terry, and I wanted to share something with you on this Saturday evening. I got some ideas I wanted to share with you about learning. You know, we're attending a lot of seminars, a lot of things on Zoom calls, a lot of recordings, but how do you retain that? We take notes. That's one thing to do. Yeah, I've discovered some really nice ways that you can do this, some new ideas that are really big. These are going to help you. And the nice thing about it, they're very easy. They're very easy to implement, and you're going to be able to do this in a profound way. You're going to like it too as we do it. And because I really like the idea of going to conferences and learning, because you and I both are going to lots of places now around the world, and we're studying. What we want to do is make sure that we're doing those things that are going to help us to remember it so we can capture. Think about it. When you're writing notes down, that's good, but you ever run into a time when you're trying to write and you just can't write fast enough? Yeah, or you're typing and you just can't quite type fast enough. Well, you can talk faster than you can type. You can talk faster than you can write on a page of paper, and there are ways that you can capture the technology of what's being said much better. Capture the actual video, the actual audio from a recording or from an event you're attending. And I want to show you some of the nuts, bolts, and wiggle pins of how I'm doing that and what I'm doing here on this live streaming here. We're using a really nice thing, and I'm going to get really geeky here. Just kind of I hide in my computer this way, and I can be here and be able to move around in that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We're moving it around just like that. Here we are. Just like that with Agorapreneurs. And Agorapreneurs is my program that gives you the ability to understand about Agorapreneurs. It's for entrepreneurs. That's where the preneurs part comes in. And Agora, well, agorism living is the idea of living peacefully and voluntarily, not initiating force or coercion against anyone. You just live and let live is a good philosophy, I think. And I think today we need it more than ever. So we're going to talk about that, and I want to show you specifics. As a matter of fact, the next few minutes can really help to change your life. If you, like me, enjoy studying and learning, attend a lot of conferences, particularly those online, you're going to find this to be enjoyable. And we're sponsored by the wonderful people over at Restream, Restream.io. And matter of fact, if you use this little code right here, bit.ly/Restream4U, notice the number 4 there, you're going to get a $10 credit, and I'll get a few coins on that too when you're using my affiliate code. So use that. And matter of fact, the reason you'd want to do it is because, like right now, I'm going out to several different platforms. I can go to different Facebook groups. I can go to a Facebook profile. I can go to LinkedIn. Yeah, at the same time. You have to get authorization through LinkedIn. I can also go over to YouTube and to Periscope. Hey, lots of opportunities, up to 30 different destinations. And so when you're a marketer, and I'm talking to you entrepreneurs as marketers, what you want to do is you want to be able to go to where your potential customers are, not telling them, oh, you got to come over here to this platform. Because, hey, today some people are going, hey, I don't want to go to that platform. I don't like them for whatever reason. You want to be able to go to where they are. So that is where Restream comes in. Better than anything I've seen out there. The competition is good, but by golly, Restream's even better. Really going far and going all those different destinations and getting really good quality as well. So you can do all that there. And here's something I wanted to give you as well. This is from Bitly. I put together a video on Restream Live Studio. They've updated it and put in some really nice features. So if you do that bit.ly and go over there, you'll see a video at no charge to you. You can go see that. And remember that if you like it and you want to say, hey, I want some of that too with Restream, just go to bit.ly and then Restream. Notice that's all in lowercase, Restream4U. And that'll get you set up and get you fixed on that. Well, one of the things that we do often today is we're listening to conferences. Like, for instance, this morning, I was going to a couple of sessions where really, really good items were covered, concepts on how to market, how to use YouTube, for instance. Got a chance to hear the amazing Nate Woodbury. He was speaking to our local Central Florida chapter. Nate, by the way, thanks for doing it. That was a great job. Really good ideas on that. And we're here at home, we're all doing the live streaming, and we can take notes. I do that. I usually keep a pen and pad there, just so I can write some things down. But I found you can do a whole lot more when you can, it's being recorded. Everyone knows it's being recorded. When you can record it then on your smartphone. So for instance, we can use a smartphone and get an audio version of it. That's kind of nice. But what you can also do is you can go over to Google Docs. And with Google Docs, you can do a lot of good things. You think, well, Terry, well, type into it, right? You could do that. Well, yeah, you can, and I love it. I love doing it for that. But there's a feature in there that I'm going to tell you about in just a moment that's really handy that lets you use dictation. And it ties in directly when you're doing one of these seminars, because we want to record these things. We want to make sure that we get them right. And what that thing is, by the way, is the voice typing that is available within Google Docs. You can use voice typing so that you can talk and put something into the screen. And I got to say, they've done a really good job with this. They have done a good job putting it together. And matter of fact, here, I got to play with my technology here. I think it's really nice. And we're going to give the folks there at Google a hand. I know. We're going to do that, give them a hand on that, and let them say, hey, we really appreciate what they have done with that. Because you can now use that dictation, and it gives you the ability to talk and enter information much faster, say when you're reading something. Now, if you're attending a seminar, what you can do is you put your microphone down by the speakers, and you can get some pretty good transcripts of what's going on. You're getting a literal transcript as it goes. Now, it's not perfect yet, because it all depends on how the person is speaking. If they're speaking really fast, or if they have an accent that's not tuned into the one that you have, the native accent, then it's going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, this is a really good option for you to learn about a lot of things, to learn about what's happening there and how you can use that and how you can really tie into the various areas that are available to you and get the information much, much better. And let's see, also, when you're working with that transcript, you can find out that you can use a lot of nice things there using Zoom. I have found that using Zoom helps me to make the transcript. Now, you got to have the level of Zoom that does that automatically. And then what you can do is you can have it go to Zoom, and then once it's recorded, you can play it back as a separate Zoom recording, share your screen, and then make sure that you're sending it to the cloud. Because when you do that, a transcript is created under that level of account with Zoom. It's not the free account, not the first one, the cheapest ones. It's more of the professional, the enterprise version. But you can do a lot with that. And then using those types of things gives you the ability to record and to get a lot done. Matter of fact, I would encourage you to going back to the Google Docs thing, use this. One of the things I'm doing now is, as I was watching a recorded message the other night, I was watching one that was a Zoom video that was streaming. It was really nice. And I got a lot of good things that the speaker was saying. One of those type of sessions were really good. And what I was doing is I was playing it for a while. The speaker would say something outstanding. I would press the space bar and stop it. Then I would go over here to Google Docs and I would talk in there, saying, hey, I'm listening to so-and-so, and she just said this, and a good point was da-da-da-da-da-da. And I make sure I've got it in a Google Doc. I use that Google Doc for learning so that when I'm attending a session, I can make sure I get the essence of it. So rather than writing it down, I'm putting it into Google Docs. Now, why would I do that? Well, because I can use it on Google Docs and pick it up on this smartphone, or I can get it from this smartphone, or I can get it from, hey, my laptop computer or wherever I might be, because it's on Google Docs. And because I want to put a lot of ideas in there, the speaker just said something amazing, I can talk it into the computer much faster than I can type. And I can also, since I paused it, say, hey, yeah, we're getting, Alexa is coming up a little bit more there. But what we can do is we can then say, hey, we want to do this or we want to do that. And we make sure that I can put in some personal notes that tie into it. Then I go back and can review that. So all you have to do to remember, to go back and refresh your memory, is to go back to that Google Docs. Because think about it. How many, okay, now be honest with me. Raise your hand if this applies to you. You've taken notes at a seminar and you didn't go back and review them. Not that I would ever do anything like that. No, I never do that. Yeah, we all do, don't we? Well, that's what's going to happen. You're going to take the notes, but if you've got one place to go to remember all of those great sessions you went to, that's kind of nice. Think about it. Sometime you might be waiting for an appointment. Say you're going somewhere, you got a few scrap moments. You can take your smartphone, pull up Google Docs, and you know that seminar you went to last March that was really, really good? Well, you just pull it up and you find out what the speaker had to say. Oh, yeah, she said that. Oh, I remember what she was saying about that. It's really good. This gives you the ability to do it. I found one thing that helps me is to create a Google Doc for learning for a quarter. I found that for 3 months, I can put everything there, and then I just go to the next one. So it'd be Q1 for 2021, Q2 for 2022, et cetera, et cetera. And it gives you the ability to get a lot done that way. You're able to do what you need to do. You're able to retain that information and then go back and review it and get a lot done so that you're able to record the information and then record your thoughts. And then also by repeating it over and over, it helps you to remember. Helps you to remember it much, much better and to make sure you're getting the essence of what needs to be said and done. And so that's a really important thing for taking those notes. Now, here's another thing that I would recommend that you look into. And many of you are doing this already. Right now, when you're watching a video, they're playing it, they're recording it, of course, at 1.0 speed. That's good. That's what they have to do. But you can listen faster than that, and you can retain it actually a little bit better. Like, for instance, I use this as an example all the time. Suppose you are attending a conference where I am speaking at this rate, and it is very slow. Hey, I'm messing with you right here. But that kind of slow talk, you're going to fall asleep. You're not going to retain it as much. Your mind's going to start wandering, going elsewhere. But in contrast to that, what if I'm talking to you and I'm talking like this? Now, you have to kind of lean forward mentally in order to keep up with me because I'm saying it clearly. You can still hear what I'm saying. And particularly if you speak my language and you understand my accent, then you'll be able to get it real quickly. But you're retaining it more and you're less likely to have your mind wander, which is important. Because as your mind wanders, you don't do as well. So sometimes listening to those recorded audios, those recorded videos faster is good. Reading them, playing them back at 1.2, 1.5, maybe 2.0, maybe 3.0 speed, or maybe higher, depending on the content, depending on the person, depending on what's comfortable for you. Then you can retain it. So I recommend that you use those speeds. There's a gear in YouTube that lets you adjust that. There are settings within Zoom that let you do that. I love VLC, the VLC player. It's an open source player that plays video and audio, doing it really well. Try that. See how it works for you. Adjust the speed upward and let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you on what you think about that. Are you trying that, or are you using some other ideas that might be creative and help you to learn? That's the key in everything that we do. So I want to hear from you. I'm Terry Brock, and you can drop me a note, terry@terrybrock.com, or just leave a note here on this medium because I'm using Restream. Restream gives you that ability. Remember what I said about Restream? This is a great little tool that gives you the ability to go to several different places, and you're able to do that seamlessly. I've set it up beforehand. Now I just press a button and we go there. And I think that's the technical way you do it there. And by the way, I'm using Ecamm right now to go into Restream so I can bring up my graphics. I can have this right here. See, I can move it around like there, move it down, move it up around, things like that. I can do all of this with Ecamm, and by using Ecamm in companion with the Restream, I can do a lot. So I encourage you to do that. Keep learning, keep going to those seminars, and try these little techniques. See how they'll work for you, and if that will help you. I think it will. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you